That Sunday morning, everything changed. I opened my laptop to look up a pancake recipe and found proof that my husband had been living a double life. Cartier, Burberry, a romantic dinner at Orr's Garden on my birthday. I was home with our kids. He, on a date with someone else. What came next was the most calculated revenge I have ever planned. If you've ever been lied to, used, or underestimated, you're going to feel this one deep in your bones. Hit that like button, subscribe, and buckle up. Because this isn't just a story of betrayal, it's about a woman who rediscovered her power and made him regret every single lie. My name is Amelia Thompson. I'm 41, a mother of two, living in Nashville. 16 years ago, I walked away from a high-powered career in creative media to build a life with the man I thought I'd grow old with. Ethan Thompson. Charming, successful, the kind of man who could work a room and leave with everyone smiling. We met at a sustainable investing seminar. His words were sharp, his gaze sincere. He remembered what wine I liked. He asked about my ambitions. He made me feel seen. And when he asked me to move to Nashville with him to build a home, I didn't hesitate, but love has a way of blinding us. That morning, I was just making coffee and thinking of breakfast for the kids. But then a bank notification pinged. $2,900 at Cartier, $1,700 at Burberry, and a $300 dinner reservation labeled to guests Garden View. The date? My birthday. The same birthday where he said he was in Dallas for a conference. The same night the kids and I sang over a store-bought cake on FaceTime. I wanted to throw up. I tried to breathe through it, tell myself it was a mistake. But then Ethan strolled in whistling, kissed my cheek, and shut the laptop before I could say anything. What are you looking at? He asked. Just a few online orders, I said, heart pounding so loud I could barely hear my own voice. I knew something was off. But the real confirmation came not from Ethan, but from a text. My old college friend, Mia, sent me a picture. Hey, Amelia, not sure if this was meant for you, but I thought you should see it. It was Ethan, in a designer suit, hand in hand, with a blonde in a red dress, her head resting on his shoulder, smiling like he didn't have two kids at home or a wife waiting for his nightly check-in. And then, like a dagger to the heart, my daughter Sophie, just 8 years old, walked into the room and asked the question I had avoided asking myself, is Dad not eating dinner with us anymore because he has a new girlfriend? I froze. My baby had seen what I tried to ignore. That night, after everyone fell asleep, I waited. At 1:47 a.m., I crept to Ethan's side of the bed and picked up his phone. Password? Our son Ryan's birthday. Click, and there it was. A message from someone named Chloe. Good night, M. Miss your arms around me last night. Her name was Chloe, 27, yoga instructor, Malibu Barbie looks and 80,000 followers. And she was everywhere, in his texts, in his hotel selfies, in his voice memos, calling him, making plans, laughing, dreaming. Meanwhile, I had been folding laundry, planning birthday parties, managing parent-teacher meetings, keeping this home our home together. Alone, I took screenshots of everything. Every message, every photo, every damn receipt. I sent them to a private email Ethan didn't know existed, and then I started to remember who I was. I wasn't just a wife. I was a strategist, a creative force, a woman who once pitched campaigns that made Fortune 500 companies lean in data. So I leaned into something else, revenge. But not the screaming, crying, throw your stuff on the lawn kind. No. This would be elegant. First, I met with a lawyer. Quietly, thoroughly, we gathered everything: bank statements, timelines, images, messages. Second, I started reactivating my professional network. Within a month, I had a freelance consulting job. 2 months later, I was offered a remote creative director position. Suddenly, I had income, stability. Third, I planned one final family dinner. I told Ethan we needed a nice evening with the kids. He agreed. The table was set, candles flickering, Our daughter showed off her drawing. Our son talked about school. Ethan smiled like he still wore a mask, and then I brought out dessert. Cheesecake, his favorite, alongside it, a single leather-bound folder. What's this? He asked. Open it, I said. Inside were printed screenshots, photos, legal documents, a copy of the divorce papers already signed on my end. He turned pale, tried to speak, but I looked him straight in the eye. I know everything. And by the way, the house stays with me and the kids. The court already agrees. He tried to argue, but all I could do was smile, because in that moment, I had already won. Here's what I learned. Betrayal cuts deep, but silence, strategy, that cuts even deeper. When you lose yourself for someone who was never worthy, the best revenge is becoming someone they can't touch. If this story gave you chills, smash that like button, and let me know in the comments, what's the most satisfying revenge you've ever seen?